sanctuary city mayor's sleazy skeletons just came out of the closet. He was hiding much more than just illegals. Over the past several months, the left has been in an absolute meltdown that has been amusing to watch. However, for all their childish antics, there are those who have done harm to President Trump and his policies. We have seen liberals stand in the way of Trump's temporary travel ban and removing federal funding from cities that harbor illegal immigrants. Instead of these liberals working with President Trump for the good of the people, they have caused more division. One liberal asshat has done his best to derail the Trump train is Seattle Mayor Ed Murray. This guy is a real piece of work and he has a long history of creating liberal policies. For instance, last July, Murray proposed plans to increase housing for Muslims that followed Sharia law. I know, unbelievable, right? Pamela Geller reported on this when the story first broke. Seattle Mayor Ed Murray has introduced a plan to reach out to Seattle's Muslim residents. For some Muslims, it can be hard to buy a house, and Mayor Ed Murray plans to do something about it. On Monday, Murray's Housing Committee released its recommendations for ways the city can increase housing in the city. Most ideas were what you'd expect, including increasing the city's housing levy and implementing new rules and regulations to foster the development of market rate and lower income housing. One suggestion would help followers of Sharia law buy houses. That's virtually impossible now because Sharia law prohibits payment of interest on loans. The 28-member committee recommended the city convene lenders and community leaders to explore options for increasing access to Sharia-compliant loan products. So, not only did Murray create more liberal policies in favor of a foreign law, but he has also harbored illegal immigrants. Murray also announced a month ago that he was planning on suing Trump for his executive order that would halt federal funding to sanctuary cities. Well, now it seems that Murray has some legal battles of his own, and it could not happen to a better guy. Apparently, Murray had a propensity for younger males and often paid them for underage sex. A string of men has come forward saying that Murray sexually abused them when they were teenagers. One of the accusers, Murray's former foster son, alleges Murray began sexually abusing him as a 13-year-old and later paid him for sex. Here is more from Seattle Times. A fourth man has accused Seattle Mayor Ed Murray of paying him for sex after being introduced to Murray as a teenager. A Murray spokesman denied the latest allegations, made in a court filing late Tuesday, calling them a sensational media stunt. The mayor's lawyers Wednesday morning redoubled their effort to get a judge to sanction the attorney who submitted the new court filing and is representing another man who filed a lawsuit last month. The new accuser, 44-year-old Morris Jones, said in a sworn court declaration he was introduced to Murray by Delvon Heckard, the kin man who filed last month's lawsuit claiming Murray sexually abused him as a teenager in the 1980s. Jones' declaration, filed in King County Superior Court, was brief, saying he had been to Murray's Capitol Hill apartment at an unspecified time and that Murray gave me money for sex. Julie Case, one of Heckard's attorneys, said Wednesday that Jones was in his mid-teens at the time. He recalls at least 2 instances when, as a teenager, Murray paid him for sex. Once at Murray's apartment and once in a car, she said. Jones' declaration added he was not part of any right-wing conspiracy and that he is gay, a reference to Murray's argument that accusations against him by Heckard and 2 other men are politically motivated. The handwritten declaration was taken at the King County Regional Justice Center in Kent on Tuesday by Case and Lincoln Beauregard, Heckard's lead attorney. Well, look at that, another liberal who has a nasty habit of sexually abusing young people. Now, while these are allegations and have not been proven yet, I certainly do believe them. This is just another example of how depraved liberal politicians can be and how they need to be stopped. Their moral compass is already broke, as we can see by their sick policies that they push on the American people. Hopefully, this will be enough to bring this a-hole down so that he cannot harm anyone else or the country that we love so dearly.